Good evening. This is the Footloose Freckle reporting from Buffalo, a city in the state of New York, up near the Niagara Falls, which some people might have heard of. I'm cycling alone and unsupported across the US, and 6 weeks ago I left Chicago. A few days after that I crossed the border into Indiana, and when I was in Indiana I saw four main things: the Indiana sand dunes, the Notre Dame University, the Amish community at Shipshewana, and last of all, a bison herd roaming free on a small farm. So this video is about those things and a bit of cycling in between. So watch and enjoy. Okay, after 3 days of riding I got to Indiana Dunes State Park, where I booked in and set up my tent for 2 nights. And then I was astonished to discover that the residents were all advised to lock up all their food into their cars or mobile homes because of the raccoons. Raccoons apparently are very clever, very, very hungry, and really rather aggressive with sharp teeth and strong claws. I didn't want to be fighting any raccoons, but I didn't have a car or a mobile home, so where was I supposed to put my food? I tried leaving it in my food bag in the shower house, tucked away in the corner under a bench, and the next time I went there just to have a look, somebody had already fished it out from its hiding place and for some reason sat it on a bench in between the wash basins. I have no idea who or why they left it there or anything, but obviously I wasn't going to be able to leave my food in the shower house. So then I had to look around for an alternative, and this is what I found. I ended up walking around the building nearby, which was for vault toilets, but they were hardly ever used. And at the back I found a set of pipes that I thought, okay, I could stand my bag on one and tie the bag to another pipe, and hopefully raccoons couldn't climb up a brick wall and get to them, and they couldn't jump that high. So I tried it and it worked brilliantly. So my food bag stayed there for the rest of my stay. Fantastic. Everything worked.
absolutely ridiculous.
Having slogged my way up and down the sand dunes, I made my way to the wetlands, where I discovered that a swamp has dead trees in it, while a marsh does not. Then it was time to move on by biking the Calumet Trail, until I got to Notre Dame Uni, which has a basilica and the most stunning stained glass windows. I kept heading east past all sorts of patriotic symbols, and then was keen to see the Shipshewana area, which is the centre of the second largest Amish community in the US. There is so much to learn about Amish life. But for me, it's centred on the beautiful patchwork quilts and transport by horse and buggy. bison herd was fascinating, but rather docile and quiet. I'm really keen to see a real wild herd of thousands of bison. And then it was time to go on, further east, towards Maine. First, Ohio. I'm puffed. And it's time for a bit of a break. It's a nice warm day today. It's the second warm day I've had so far, but the first one where I've been cycling. It's now 24 degrees Celsius, and I'm finding it a little bit warm. So I've decided to have a stop, have a break in the shade, and have a bit of a chat about the route that I'm doing today. Normally I use either Komoot or the Adventure Cycling Association's maps for my navigation. I'm not on an Adventure Cycling Association route at the moment, so I'm using Komoot pretty well and a bit of Google Maps in between. Anyway, today Komoot decided to send me on this gravel road, which I didn't really want to do because firstly, gravel is much harder to ride on, particularly when it's very deep and soft. And secondly, every time a car passes, I get covered in dust. So I thought I'd have a look and see if I could find an alternative. And this is what I found. So here I have Komoot on my phone, my navigation phone. And I must say, Komoot normally works really well. But you can see that the route it wanted to send me on was along here. Well, this long stretch here. And that was all gravel. So I actually went in and thought, right, okay, I'll look if there's an alternative. And I found this road here, which would take me exactly the same distance. But this part here was tarmac, so that was good. And I was hoping that this would be tarmac, but I wasn't sure. But the worst case scenario would be more gravel, or I could keep going and there's another road, another alternative there. Anyway, I've taken this one because I'll show you what it's like. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? It's straight, which doesn't really matter whether it's straight or not. There's a few hills, but that's okay. I've got to get stronger legs because there's much bigger hills coming up in the next few weeks. But look, it's tarmac the whole way, and it's in reasonably good condition, and there's no traffic. And I'm riding between farms, and I'm saying hello to the cows and the horses and whatnot, and admiring all the farmsteads, and there's no traffic. It is just beautiful. And there's my bike waiting patiently for me in the shade because I've got some lunch in my pannier and I don't want it to get too warm. Just, what are they? Tortillas and peanut butter and a banana, but that's lunch. And there's more of this beautiful road. It is just glorious. And you can hear the birds twittering. They're loving this warm day too. Surprise, surprise, there's a car. Whoa, careful.